Most people think the same thoughts day after day after day. And it's been said that what you think all day becomes who you are. You are what you think about all day long. And most people, these same thoughts they think every day are not the best thoughts. These thoughts that people think every day are kind of tinged with doubt and scarcity and anxiety. If that describes you just a little bit, it's not your fault. It's okay. And there's an easy way to fix this. Our brains evolved in a very different environment than the one in which we live. Back in the old days, life was extremely dangerous. If you made the wrong decision, you could die. So it was very, very useful to have a brain that was operating from a better safe than sorry strategy, to look out into a situation and worry about the worst possible thing, because that worst possible thing would kill you. So you had to make sure that worst possible thing didn't happen. But today, life is much different. The worst possible thing is maybe a little bit of social exposure, of people that you don't know maybe looking at you funny for like a second. That's like the worst possible thing that can happen in most situations. Or maybe you go into a job interview, you don't do so well, you don't get the job. But they're not going to kill you if you don't get the job. So how do you fix this? How do you change your thoughts? Well, you understand first what happens, what's going on subconsciously. We go into a situation, any kind of situation. We'll just assume it's a kind of social situation. You go into a social situation and you immediately see the potential benefits. You immediately imagine the potential costs, and you make a decision, what should I do? Are the benefits bigger than the costs, or are the costs bigger than the benefits? And then you reference all your memories that are similar to what you're seeing right now. This all happens subconsciously, and you come up with an answer. And the answer that your brain comes up with is how congruent you feel in that situation. And for most people, that's not very congruent, because your brain, because of its programming, is very, very good. It's a super ninja hamster of coming up with all kinds of horrible things that might happen. And these exist kind of just below the conscious level, just on the subconscious level. So you don't really understand what the structure of these memories are. You just know you have a feeling of, I'd like to talk to him, but I don't know, man, I'll just kind of hang out here. And that's what happens. So how do you fix this? What's the way to fix this? Well, the easy way to fix this is just to change how your brain references your memories, is to change the actual memories that your brain references automatically. This is not a quick fix. This is not a magic fix. This is a slow burn, a long game fix, but it's very, very powerful. And the answer is directed image streaming, deliberately directed image streaming. If you're not familiar with image streaming, it's a very simple process. You close your eyes and you describe what you see. And you describe what you see as articulately, as quickly, as descriptively as you can. And this will give you all kinds of benefits. You'll be able to describe abstract things with more articulate words. You'll be able to talk at length about complicated things. You'll start to get a lot more intuitive understandings of social situations. There's just a whole lot of benefits to image streaming. But as they teach you, as Wen Wenger taught image streaming when he invented it back in the day, is you're supposed to just let the images change on their own. You're supposed to just let them run. That's okay. But this new version, this augmented version, is when you deliberately choose the memories or the images or the situations you imagine in your head that you describe out loud with your eyes closed. And the way to do this is just to find a positive memory. Find any positive memory where you are feeling confident in a social situation. And just close your eyes and image stream on that memory and kind of keep that memory fixed in mind while you're describing it. I'm standing in front of a group of people. I'm talking. I feel confident. My pulse is normal. My breathing is normal. Everybody's looking at me with interest. And I like the fact that everybody is looking at me with interest. I'm using my gestures. I'm making eye contact with people. I'm using deliberate pauses to make my point very much more impactful. And just describe that event. Now, because your brain is associative, everybody's brain is associative, once you start to focus on any kind of memory, your brain will automatically come up with a whole bunch of other memories that are similarly structured to that initial memory. And this will just cascade into a whole bunch of memories of confident feelings. But even better is you don't have to use actual memories. You can just make stuff up. Make up a memory. Make up a visualization in your brain of you standing before a million people giving some epic speech, and just describe it as articulately as you can. Describe that scene as quickly as you can, as vividly as you can, as descriptively as you can. And just do this every day for 5-10 minutes. And the more you do this, the more your brain will start to reference those memories rather than any memories of lack or anxiety or scarcity. This, like I said, is a slow burn. But even better is when you go into a situation, you'll be able to deliberately and consciously recall some of the images or the memories or the ideas or the situations that you conjured up in your brain, and that will help you in real time to feel confident about that situation. So this will help you on a conscious level when you deliberately recall conscious memories, conscious ideas you conjured up in your brain, but it will help you on a subconscious level as well, because your brain will start to automatically reference resourceful memories. And the more you do this, the more strongly your brain will automatically reference strong resourceful memories. This is a very simple technique, a very simple process. It takes 5 to 10 minutes every day to slowly change how you view the world and how the world views you. I used to know this guy that was one of the most charismatic guys I've ever met. He was the absolute epitome of the I don't give a fuck attitude. But it wasn't in a mean, I don't care about you way. It was a very friendly, outgoing, I love being myself way. And people loved to be around this guy, particularly women, because he really was outcome independent all the time. And he got that way by doing these daily exercises for a long time. He went to an NLP seminar many years ago, maybe a couple of decades ago, and he just learned a couple of tricks, and he does this every morning. He said that when you do these exercises every morning, it's just like physical exercise. They will slowly change your life over time. And your mental health, your social confidence is at least as important as your physical health. And just like people that do physical exercise will do physical exercise every day as long as they can, you should do these mental exercises every day for as long as you can for the rest of your life. And just like physical exercise, the more you do this, the stronger you get. Just like physical exercise, the more you do these mental exercises, the more you do deliberately directed image streaming every day, the stronger your social confidence will grow, the stronger your conversational skills will grow, the stronger your seduction skills will grow. So do this starting now. There's no excuses not to do this other than laziness. So do this every day. Close your eyes, conjure up a positive memory, describe it as quickly as you can, or conjure up any false memory and imagine yourself being the absolute superhero of charisma and confidence, and just describe that in your mind's eye as quickly as you can every day, 5 to 10 minutes for the rest of your life. And that will change everything. If you'd like to learn more, check out the links below. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and comment, and I'll see you next time.